Good morning. We are in Asheville, North Carolina, getting ready to go to the largest private home in the United States, the Biltmore Estate, and we're getting ready to pull in the entrance as soon as we cross through the red light here, and we're going to the ticket office to pick up our ticket. And you can get tickets online. The closer you get to the time of wanting to go, the more expensive your ticket is going to be. If you get it a way out, your ticket's going to be cheaper. Also, they have senior discounts on Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm a senior, but I did not get my ticket that way. I actually got online and got it through AAA, got $10 off my ticket, and then also my work has $10 off, but I did decide to go through the AAA. And as you can see, the entrance here, it's beautiful. Getting ready to pull up to this huge entrance, and we're gonna go to the estate and tell you a little bit more about it here. Seems to be a line today, and all the spots were taken up. It's a lot of people here today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this estate. They're not going to let us in till 9:30, and so I've got about 30 minutes, but this is the entrance to the Biltmore Estate, which I said is the largest home in the United States, and it was built by George Vanderbilt, and he was born in 1862 in Staten Island, New York, and he was the grandson of industrialist and philanthropist Cornelius Vanderbilt. And George was the youngest of 8 children. He was really intellectual, and he was greatly influenced at a young age by his mother, who had a lot of interest in culture. He even started his own book collection and art collection at a young age. Unlike the rest of his family, he was not attracted to commerce or a fashionable society. He preferred learning and travel, and was enchanted by the remote majesty of the Blue Ridge Mountains here in Asheville, and decided to build this estate on the grounds here. And in the beginning, this was 125 acres. They did sell off most of that. There is 8,000 acres remaining, but that was sold to make the Pisgah National Forest. And George died in 1914. He'd actually had an attack of appendicitis, had an appendectomy, and he passed away in 1914. And he had inherited $13 million from his family, which would be the equivalent of about $260 million today. He built the house in 1889, and it was finished 6 years later in 1895. On Christmas Eve, they opened the doors. It is the largest home and a historic national landmark. The house is 175,000 square feet, 250 rooms, 35 bedrooms, 43 bathrooms, 65 fireplaces. Cost $6 million to build. Today would be $1.6 billion to build. There's about 1.4 million people that visit every year. And George married Edith Dresser in Paris in 1898. I think it's interesting. He built the house in 1889, so he already had the house built when he met her. And I'm sure when she came here and saw the house, she thought, boy, quite an accomplishment. They ended up only having one child, and her name was Cornelia Vanderbilt. And she was born in the Louis XV bedroom here on the estate in 1900. And Cornelia inherited the estate from her family since she was the only child. And she married in 1924 a man named John Cecil. And in 1932, she was quite bored here and felt it was dull. So she moved to New York and attended art school, and only after a few months, she was bored with that and went to Paris and divorced Cecil. She changed her name to Nicola and dyed her hair bright pink. This phase passed, as it does with people, and she lived quietly and modestly in London. And she met and married Vivian Frances Buckley Johnson in 1950. And at some point, she adopted the name Mary. Her last marriage, it was documented, was in 1972 to a William Goodsir, 26 years her junior. She never spoke of her past. And when she died in London. She was cremated and placed at a church near her home, and her home was called the Mount. It was a farm in Oxfordshire, England, and she never returned here to Biltmore. So Cornelia's had two sons who inherited the home, and today William Amherst Vanderbilt Cecil is the CEO of the Biltmore Company. He's only 62 years old, and he's the fourth generation Vanderbilt, and they still own the home today. As I said, there's 8,000 acres. There are 2 hotels on the property. There's the Village Inn and the Village Hotel, and we are going to go to the Village Inn after our tour today. But there's biking, carriage rides, hiking, horseback riding, skeet shooting, just a lot. There's a farm here. There's a vineyard here. So it's going to be exciting to get into the mansion today and see what we can see. I'm going to try to film some of the drive up so you guys can see how beautiful it is. Look at all the rhododendron. Well, that looks like bamboo. It's really pretty in the spring. My time to be there is 10, and she said, and it's like 20 minutes. She said, oh, I hope you'll make it by your time to go in. So this drive is probably pretty long. Look at the gate where they would have come in. This is everyone walking down from here. Isn't that incredible? And this is the gate over here where they would have gone out. I actually think we get to drive through here on the way out.
No, you're not.
This is close up to the gate. This is looking back on what we just came from. Walk down this hill. It's even more incredible when you get closer. Keep stopping us to take photos. I guess they want you to buy them at the end, which I won't do, but it's nice if you wanted one.
If you folks have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Okay.
Even the 3-mile approach road that you took from Biltmore's main entrance gate to here was designed
Incredible.
for a purpose, to intentionally delight Mr. Vanderbilt's guests. Did you notice along the route?
And this is where their daughter got married. And this is the billiard room. And we're getting ready to go into the dining room. Go into the dining room. And there's a picture of Cornelius Vanderbilt, his great-grandfather. Getting ready to go into the music room. Wow, look at this porch. And this is an incredible library. Look at that fireplace. Look at this staircase. That's the family. This is George's bedroom. Look how small the bed is. And we're getting ready to go into a sitting room, which is the connection between George and his wife's bedrooms. They didn't sleep in the same room, but they had a sitting room in between. This is Mrs. Vanderbilt's bedroom. The 15th bedroom where Cornelia was born. And this looks like Cornelia's nursery. Now we're headed to the basement where there's a gym and a pool. Pretty wild, look at this.
Here's the bowling alley, and when you take a closer look at it, you see
They're dressing rooms for the pool. This is the swimming pool. This was the gym. This is servants' bedrooms and the pastry kitchen. We're getting ready to go outside. They've got restaurants and different things out here in the courtyard. It's a bake shop, courtyard market. Let's look through the shops in here, see what we see. Looks like the dairy bar is closed. We're gonna go in there and take a look. Hey, yum! Looks delicious. It says 40% off Christmas. We get to go through the courtyard here. Someone told me they stopped you from doing this, but it looks like we're going to be able to and look at the house one more time. We are headed to the inn for lunch. I thought it'd be more economical for me to be able to show the inn, go to lunch, get an appetizer so you guys can see the beautiful inn. Like I said, there's two places to stay here on the premises. You have to have a ticket for the Biltmore to stay here. You can't come on the grounds at all unless you have a ticket, eat here, anything. So we're gonna head to the inn right now and I'll be able to show you that. Look at this beautiful property. You ought to see it in the summer. It says all traffic this way. In the summer it's beautiful with the rhododendron blooming, and I mean you can imagine having 8,000 acres. Your yard being 8,000 acres, can you imagine? But I'm sure they had people to care for everything for them, as you saw down in the servants' quarters. Oh, and this is the garden here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. There's a greenhouse. Now this is the hotel, and you can see above it up on the hill is the inn. This is also Antler Hill Village, where they have a winery here, shops and things. we're not going to go there. We're going to head on up to the hill, on top of the hill, to the inn. Here's the inn. Don't know where we need to park. We'll see. Well, it looks like we're going to have to go down in the parking lot. Okay, we're getting ready to go in the lobby of the Biltmore Inn. It's pretty. We'll go out and take a look at the balcony while we're here. Isn't this beautiful? Overlooks the mountains. Down over the hill you can see the hotel. Those unusual trees, look at those. I don't know what they are. Go in here and look at the fireplace. And then we're going to head up to the restaurant. It's beautiful. Down to the restaurant. Look how beautiful the fireplace is. And she said she's going to try to get me a window table. I actually think I'm going to have just some French onion soup and maybe dessert. So it looks good. Like this chocolate gratin. I'll get something to eat later, more substantial. Well, my soup came. I wanted to show you what it is. It says it's French onion soup. It's got brandy, caramelized onions, croutons, and 3 cheeses. So it looks really good. I'll let you know if it is good. I didn't like that at all. Finished all of it. And I think we have 2 desserts. It says chocolate gratin, chocolate sauce, chocolate mousse, and vanilla ice cream. So that just sounds like pudding. But then it says lemon tart, toasted meringue, blueberry, colas, and chocolate shortbread. So I'm going to have to ask her. You all think of that? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks like there's some raspberries, chocolate ice cream. And so I'll let you know. Didn't like that either. Yeah, the food here is good. It's not, I hate to even say that. It's not the best I've had, but it was good. Well, we're going to call it a day here at the Biltmore Inn and the Biltmore. I hope you guys have enjoyed your time here. I really did. And stick with me. We're going to have another great adventure tomorrow. And I appreciate everyone who has subscribed to my channel. And if you guys have ever been to the Biltmore before, to the inn, leave comments. I'd love to hear about your story and your time here. So you guys have a great night. God bless you. Till I see you again. Bye.